the health center, Kabohe Health Center 4.
Kabohe.
Okay, Kabohe Health Center 4. And then when she reached there, they asked her to do the normal procedure is do an HIV test among other tests. So when she did the test, she turned out positive for HIV. And she was immediately put on medication, ARVs. 2017, she has been taking ARVs, by the way. Even after she gave birth in 2012.
Did they test the child?
2017, she went again, was pregnant, and when she went to the same health center, and while she was pregnant, she was suffering other conditions. Her skin was turning yellow, and some of her body organs were like not functioning properly.
Because of the ARVs?
I think so.
Yes.
So the health center forwarded her to Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital, and when she reached there, Mbarara tested her again for HIV, and the results turned out negative.
Ooh.
So 3 days later, the Kabohe Health Center again called her and told her, yeah, we have seen your results are negative. They apologized, but that was not enough because according to her lawyers, her kidneys have been affected, her liver.
Because the ARVs were treating something that's not there.
Not there in the system. So she has gone to court, apparently, but the problem is her case is still dragging. It has not been presented before a judge. So her case is still in court, but she's saying she wants compensation.
But you know how many people are on medication after being wrongly diagnosed? Do you know you go to a hospital and they tell you you're suffering from this?
Yeah.
And when it comes to HIV, it's even worse. There are very many people that are on medication, but when they are not...
I think that the problem is how regularly people do tests. Anyway, but if you have HIV, you'll be thinking, why should I test again? Because they have already diagnosed me with HIV. You
don't leave anything to chance. Some people... Let me give you an example. When I sat for my P7, we were 2 Henrys. There was Arinito Henry, and there was another guy called Asimo Henry. Now, the results came back. The Asimo Henry...
Results of what?
P7, PLE.
Oh, I thought you were saying HIV.
The Arinito Henry.
P7, they tested
the Arinito Henry was not bright.
Yeah.
Sorry, the Asimo Henry.
Okay, not sure.
I was brilliant, and I had applied to enter into schools that were extra.
Yeah. And
so the results came up. People were reading, sending. Now, we called the school.
Your results were shocking, like in a bad way.
13. I was like, yo.
This is not me.
I had never in my entire life. 13? P7.
Second grade.
I
was
like, I couldn't believe.
Yeah.
People were happy because, when results come, they're supposed to be
How
happy
were they
for you.
spreading those results? Were they spreading them via...
We called because, the whatever's the codes at that time were not
so the person
instant,
you called told you...
You call the school that has been given a list. I'm talking about 2007, Pamela.
I'm asking... The person who you called was giving you results of
Asimwe. Yes, because the things used to come out of indexed numbers.
Yeah.
And they used to give us indexed numbers according to alphabetical order.
Yeah.
I sat down.
You said, my God.
But I couldn't breathe. And then listen, it took them like an hour. First of all, in that 1 hour, I'd accepted that good day. I'm not going to go to the schools I applied to. I was feeling useless. And then after an hour, they called me. And they're like, oh, we are sorry. You got 5. Can you imagine moving from 13 to 5? And I was among the best guys in the school.
Know.
So I was like, wait, how do you play with my heart like that? So I'm imagining there are people that are having results that are not theirs. They've been wrongly diagnosed, number one, and some of them... Have you seen how our hospitals keep records?
Yeah. They can easily switch. Yeah, you never know. Maybe you're dealing with a stressed
nurse.
Yeah, nurse who ends up
So guys, don't take anything by chance. To chance leave. Don't leave anything to chance. Genda or demo whether you negative or positive, you go.
I think it's important.
If you try lab A, try lab B, try lab C. Do it a couple of times.
I like people who do that. Like somebody will say, I've tested here, but no, let me do another test in a different place and see what comes out of it. And they will only confirm after like 3 tests.
Abasirikale bagenda bera ku ngudo ze Kampala starting when?
They're already there. There's been deployment of LDUs, local defense unit personnel on the streets, Kampala Metropolitan, and according to but we have seen how crime is rising.
Exactly.
Yeah, crime is really rising. There's gun robberies. There's machete killings.
I don't drive at night anymore. The things of staying. I either if I'm staying out, let's say I'm working.
Yeah.
I go back 5, 6 a.m. in the morning.
You'd rather stay there the whole night. Yeah, this is Major Charles Kawona, is spokesperson for First Division. He's in charge of the LDUs who are being deployed. He says it is the cardinal right of the UPDF to ensure that they protect the lives of people and also properties of people from being looted. And also they have information that probably there might be impending rioting in the city. So it's to avert all that. They are just helping police to boost security.
Is to protect the lives and property of Ugandans. That's number one. That's our cardinal role as the security operatives. Police is always seen on the ground. That's why we came in Kampala and quoted the number of LDUs to reinforce the police. Where there is scarcity, of course, there is a procedure which we go through to come and to do our work of guarding those institutions. And if these investors are not protected, and their companies are attacked or robbed, of course, the far-reaching consequence on the economy of this country. Therefore, it is within our mandate that we protect those industrial parks, we protect those business centers, and we reinforce the police where police is not enough on the ground.
That one we know. However, the only unfortunate bit of it is that we've been seeing people robbing with guns. And then some people claim nti ababbi babeera mu uniform z'amagye oba abamu eza police. So we also need people to come out and speak about that.
By there has been incidents actually.
So that tumanye the roadblocks was it
last week we had Fred Enanga
also
talking about impersonation. Like there's many people who will come to you with an ID. They are police officers, but you'll not know. Some of these are extorting money. Others can be using it for crime. So I don't know how people get access to the guns, get access to the UPDF, where there's been accusations that some of those soldiers, of course we've seen one or two, but one egg should not spoil everything.
The entire basket.
Yes, exact basket.
Galaxy FM 100.2, away from that, Chimanya SS reopens.
Hey. Remember, last week, Chimanya SS, it's Masaka City, 1,000 students were sent home on strike. S1 and S2 were staying home. S3, S4, S5, S6, all suspended, 1,000, after they touched the dormitory and they also destroyed property. Now, the school is being reopened starting today. Kids are reporting back, but they're also saying they're going to investigate in cases because some of the students accuse the school of corporal punishment, sexual harassment from teachers. And then there are also issues of poor water supply and power.
And poor food. Stones in beans.
Hello.
Top administration of the school, the corporal punishments are being dealt with. This has taken up investigations on those teachers, and some of them have been temporarily suspended. The school is opening. Senior 3 and Senior 5 are reporting on Wednesday, and Senior 1 and 2 will open on Friday. We realize that there are some few students who are smuggling in drugs.
We are trying to work on a number of issues that students raised as the causes of the uprising, the strike that took place. Right now we are upgrading our electricity system to a 3-phase system to ensure that in case of any blackouts, we have at least a fully developed system that can continuously give us lighting.
Here's a problem, Pam. Let me give you an example. You see, Omwana, let's say in Senior 4. They sat home, they never went back to school for 2 years. They never sat for exams. And then, Omwana katika tugezea, yali inova mu Senior 2 ade mu Senior 4. Omwana yasigala mu Senior 2. Ochimanyi? Now that child is being handled as a Senior 2 child instead of being handled as a Senior 4. And meanwhile, the one who is in Senior 4 now is supposed to be in Senior 6. The one who is in Senior 6 is supposed to be in second year. And the teachers are still using the same approach to handle these students. No, but
I think
it's just the beginning of a lot of things that are going to be happening in schools.
I think kids now are at that level where they're like nothing to lose. If we can be out of school for two years, we can survive.
If your mind is meant to be like in Senior 2 and you're stuck in P7, do you know how hurt you are? Do you know how bad you feel? That's what's happening to the students.
That's what's happening to the students. But it is not also, we shouldn't be, because I've seen very many people defending the kids and saying kids are traumatized. But we also need to see to it that kids are disciplined. Because take an example, a kid has not been in school. The African language, by the way, sometimes you have to chapa a bit.
Spoil the road and...
So when you cane a kid a bit, they will claim corporal punishment, and the law does not allow you to cane anymore. That's an abuse. It's a human rights abuse of a child. So if you're trying to spare the child, still you'll be taken in the wrong way. Once a kid makes noise, it will be...
We have spoiled the road and we have spared the child. It's the other way around.
Oh, yeah. It is. So what do we do now?
Pray.
Because like you can hear, they've suspended 2 teachers because of corporal punishment in schools. What should teachers do? What should be the concept to help stubborn children who have been out of school, who don't want to report back to school, who are at a certain level of rebellion? They are not the same the way they used to be.
Schools need to go back on the drawing board and say how to handle these children. They are using like blueprints from children. It's a different generation. I don't know if you watch this. I had a confession from a child who is like 12 years. She had a masturbation problem. She called me yesterday. I was like, first of all, the confidence she had calling me. And then I'm like, what are you doing with the phone at 12-year-old? Calling Mr. Henry. And you're telling me you have such a...
Is she like in day school? Is she like in boarding school?
I didn't ask those details because I didn't sustain the conversation. But it was so heavy for me.
Yeah.
12-year confessing that.
God.
Can you imagine? And she didn't sound like she was 12. She's coming home with a bit Galaxy FM. Anyway, away from that, let's talk about what's happening in South Africa and Sri Lanka. Let's start with Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka, they want the president to vacate, of which he has officially. But there has been issues of economic crisis.
Yes.
Prices of things shooting so high. The situation is really dire in Sri Lanka. Now, over the weekend, we saw citizens. They actually, I don't know how they beat security, but you could see the soldiers look on as these guys are walking into the official residence of the president in Colombo.
It depends. The orders of the army are different sometimes.
No, but I think I thought the president is the commander-in-chief of the army forces.
It depends on a lot of things, Pamela.
Maybe it could have been that this is a whole joint thing. Like the army is agreeing, the police is agreeing, because the police were not doing anything much. They didn't beat these guys. They only fired tear gas a few times. They didn't beat them.
And then they were overpowered.
And then they
were like,
they left them.
Exactly, because
they were just looking on as guys were passing
and
entering.
But the guys weren't violent from what I was seeing. I don't know unless otherwise. They were not throwing stones.
No, because security was not violent as well. Security guys were okay.
In short, they were just saying Tukoye.
So they climbed over the gate. They entered. Up to now, they are still in the president's house. They are in the bedroom. They are in the kitchen cooking food, eating, taking selfies. They are swimming in the pool.
Where's the president?
The president was evacuated. And these people are demanding the resignation of the president. Yeah, they also set ablaze by the prime minister's residence.
Oh, God.
That's
what's happening out. That's what's happening out of Uganda. Let's go to South Africa. There was a shooting in a bar.
Yeah, in a bar in Soweto. There were those shootings. About 16 people aged between 19 and 35 years have been reported dead.
Blacks.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
who shot?
We don't know who shot. We don't know those details, but investigations are still ongoing on those details of who shot. But we've seen relatives are still crying,
That's what's happening in the world, guys.
By the way, 2 incidents of shooting. There was one at Petersburg and there was one in Soweto.
All happened over the weekend.
Yes.
For more stories, you can check out our YouTube, GalaxyFM/TV, and our website, www.galaxyfm.co.ug. Pam will be back here later on in the day to tell us what's happening. But when we to Kute squeeze, you can comfortably talk to me. This is Galaxy. Good morning. He's Keisha Call. Heaven sent.
Mr. Henry.